YouTube, hello, welcome to the tavern. My name is Drail, I am your tavern master. Welcome on in, pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let's enjoy today's episode of Genshin Impact, episode 31, part of the show. In this episode, we're finishing off the first act of chapter 4 of the Archon quest. So we're finishing off the first act of the Fontaine Archon quest, Prelude of Blancheur and Noirceur. I probably butchered that last word, I apologize. Past that, we also do dailies, and we also start a small little Meka event afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it was a short one, and I think I did most of it off stream, so that's probably all we're going to see of it. And this stream was this video was originally streamed on September 1st, 2023. So I think like right after Fontaine came out, I was super excited, and boy, has it been fun. Well, no, this would be technically the week after. It doesn't matter. Second stream in Fontaine. Very fun. Very cool. I loved it a lot. It was a very, very interesting episode, as well as like fun little mechanics and story. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do enjoy today's episode, please hit that like and subscribe button. Ring the bell so you're notified when new videos come out. And yeah, that should be about it. If you want to catch my streams live, follow me on Twitch. Link down below in the description. And yeah, I will see you all at the end. I hope you all enjoy. See you then. Gonna be playing some Genshin. Gonna be dealing more into the story of Fontaine as we, get the business. It's all good. It's all good. Shoot, look at the flies. I swear to God. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Damn. Nice, not bad. Okay, raised her HP by about 3,000. That's nice. I'm just a thief in the night, don't worry about me. No need to fret or otherwise. I left the radishes behind. Okay, Layla's up to 6. Last one is over here. Now, I know I said we would go back to Fontaine, and that's true. That is the truth. But, we're currently, doing stuff in Zuma for daily commissions. I'm sorry I didn't stream on Wednesday like I normally would when it comes to Genshin. I was apparently exhausted because as soon as I got home from work, I laid down on the bed to just like relax with my cat, and I fell asleep. And by the time I was awake, it was already past the time that I would stream. Yeah. The last few weeks have been rather detrimental to my mental health a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to Fontaine. We're gonna go to the Adventurers Guild.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
We meet again, Catherine. Hello there, the pleasure is mine. I am Catherine, the receptionist of the Adventurers Guild. My job is to provide the adventurers with quest and intelligence support. May my services be of help to you, and may your journey in Fontaine be a memorable one.
Ad Astra.
Are you also a clockwork puppet, Catherine? Haha, I wonder. Do I appear like a masterpiece of the Fontaine Research Institute to some? I know the truth. I know the truth about you.
Thank you for completing today.
I do find it funny. It's like, I know the truth about you. You can't hide it from me. I know the truth. Interesting. I don't know what that was, but alright. Alright, so we're gonna fast travel up here. Get some more health in. Maybe. I'm too far. Alright, so we're gonna go to the Fountain of the Scene. So I slightly did a little bit of work in the quest without meaning to, because I wasn't paying attention and I walked right into the cutscene, and I couldn't exit the cutscene without going through it. So, what happened in the cutscene was the Traveler, Lyney and Paimon, were walking towards that fountain, and as we neared it, Lyney heard voices. I can't remember what specific word it was, but she heard like a very sad, somber voice saying something.
It needs a more romantic touch here.
Interesting. Not what I was expecting, but that's fine. What? Offerings to the Fountain of Lucine. Offer hydro sigils. Oh. Oh, interesting. You can throw hydro sigils you obtain across Fontaine into the Fountain of Lucine outside the Opera Epiclese to raise its level and obtain valuable rewards. Offer. Pretty. Nice. How am I doing on dendro symbols? Because I'm pretty sure I haven't maxed out that I have 60. We're gonna go make a quick pit stop. But yeah, Lumina heard a voice. Paimon didn't hear a voice. And then I talked to Lynette, who suggested that I can't think. That the voice I heard was because of my hypersensitivity to the hydro element, and that tears, which is water, hydro, etc. Everything flows back into Fontaine. All waters flow back to Fontaine. But it was the theory that Lynette posed was that the voice I heard was my hypersensitivity to hydro, hearing the sound of someone's sorrow through their tears, because tears carry some of the most intense emotions that you can feel. I was like, that's a rather interesting view on it. Nice. God, I'm only at level 24, and how many levels are there? I'm not even halfway. Oh my god. This thing has been out for a year, and I've only gotten halfway through it? Are you kidding me? Bro. What the shit? That's rather wild to me, honestly. I'm surprised I haven't gotten farther, because I'm pretty sure I've finished out the Sakura tree in Inazuma before Sumeru dropped. So I guess that just means I wasn't, like, getting enough dendro symbols, or sigils rather. But now we're going to move into the Epiclipse.
No two cases are alike. The details guide the story.
Hello. Ah, shit.
Traveler in Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
How did you reserve our seats
front row
already?
seats. Thanks, Lyney.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lyney! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lyney.
Hey, okay. How you doing today? Where the fuck am I going? I'm very curious what up there looks like, I'll be honest. Okay, that's an enormous machine. Oh. Right above me is where Farina would sit. Oh. Okay, that's the big man on campus. Yep, that's where Farina would sit. That's where the Hydro Archon sits. But I hope you're doing well today, okay? Thank you for coming to the stream. And so this must be the giant machine the Hydro Archon made that helps pass judgment. Interesting. Man, her seat is really up there, ain't it? And there's the head judge.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Are we actually going to see Paimon sit? Of course. course not. She's trying real hard not to look.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
You're up, Paimon.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
You normally do the talking.
Excuse me. I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
He could hear it all. Oh, no.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Well, you know, these things happen. Also, wow, his voice is really smooth and gentle, a little different from what I was expecting.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. Let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Lyney's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Lyney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Lyney then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Hello.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat.
Oh.
And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Noirceur, what an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Lyney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Noirceur? Could he be...
The prime judge?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Noirceur is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Not the
Whoa.
Archon?
Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Flustered. Hey, Farina.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Farina's got really nice hair.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
The crowd enters the venue and the curtains open for the show to begin. Oh, it's a cutscene, I think.
Ooh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Lyney. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
That was a nice cutscene.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a show.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough, but Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lyney have actual superpowers?
Let's watch and see.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector.
It's gonna be me, isn't it?
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible.
I mean, it's not that big.
You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
scary.
Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
With the whole crowd counting together, you couldn't even if you wanted to.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60! 59! 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
$54, $53, $52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
The show.
Alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40! 39! 38!
Mr. Lyney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
No one's
Even
counting.
though he's saying that, Lyney doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all part of the show.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Did it come from the stage?
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23!
A secret
What's
trapdoor.
wrong, Mr. Lyney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Oh! Oh!
What happened?
Okay, that was, I'll be honest, that was unexpected.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lyney, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh my god.
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Goddamn.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
After some time, the guards complete their investigation.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Lyney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Oh my god!
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh my god.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
And to pull it off like this, in front of an audience including the Archon and the Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really? Using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale? Did he really underestimate us that badly?
Oh no, Farina. Oh no, Farina. Farina!
I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lyney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
Well, here's the thing really quick about Farina. She goes for the spectacle. So she might not have thought everything through yet, but she's going for the spectacle of the matter right now. Not the truth of the matter, which is a dangerous, dangerous line to tread.
That can't be right! How can Lyney do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even hear his voice! Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances! He couldn't possibly mean catching himself!
He's a suspect at most.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Lyney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
Farina, you are the god of justice. You can't just randomly say shit like that. I think technically, Farina is one of the youngest current Archons. She's definitely older than Nahida, but I don't know by how much.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lyney, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Oh boy. I am now gonna be... I feel like I'm now gonna be a defendant. I'm gonna be a defendant of... I'm gonna be the defense in a criminal case.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Debatable.
But with Lyney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Huh? It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Lyney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Sure!
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
A day from now.
Lyney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Everyone is dismissed and the audience begins to leave again, along with Farina and Newlet.
Lyney!
I guess so. I've never played Ace Attorney.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
Honestly, no.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Yes, it's very strange.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did you get those glasses?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
What?
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
I'll be honest, Paimon. You using your own savings is commendable, but if you want to borrow money from me, or if you want to have some of my money, it's fine. I have 20 million Mora.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I won't let you down. I'm used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Lyney.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Around to different locations to interview
Hello,
Wacky.
officer. How's the investigation going?
We're Lyney and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Oh boy.
The deceased is one of Lyney's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him.
Bro, what's with that chalk line of the freaking corpse?
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But why was Cowl inside?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap.
Okay.
All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Lyney is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
I mean, he didn't really convince me. The Furina said they shall be his attorney, and we're like, sure. More like a day, 2 days.
I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
People can also be the most reliable evidence.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Oh, joy. You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation and a sort case-related information. You can also check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case record, then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around you. This will advance your overall progress. Oh, God. Oh, God. 1 second. Oh, I didn't read it. What did it say? The deceased's identity. Deceased is one of Lyney's assistants named Cowl. He was well trusted by all of his colleagues. His job was setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting the show and keeping the crowd engaged. A detective in action. Alright. First, we gotta get this thing in our hand, maybe. Or not. What? Oh damn, I have a lot of dendroculuses. Here it is. Read.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
The investigations from the guards indicate the fireworks launched to the tail end of the magic performance set the rope dangling the water tank alight, causing the tank to fall and kill Cowl, who was within it. It seems evidence that Lyney is the likeliest user of the prop. However, the reason for the victim being Cowl and the reason for the chosen lady's disappearance remain mysteries.
Why would it be him? How strange.
Alright. Press E. Oh my god, okay. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowl weren't... Oh, god damn it. If Cowl weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. Okay. The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now, the water tank must have struck it really hard. Okay. Oh, the rope. Okay.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Lyney didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
I'm just looking at where the rope snapped. Is it partly cut?
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
It seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it...
It wouldn't be strong.
That means... Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
Special rope. Rope was used to suspend the water tanks. It was suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched on stage. The investigation was shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. Okay. But if it's made of flammable material, especially like stuff like paper cotton or otherwise, then that means that it would be extremely weak, would it not?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
That's done. I need to speak to this gentleman.
Hello there! What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is?
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person.
Okay.
Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Thank you for letting us know.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
There she is, right behind the curtain. I found her.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Information about the missing lady. Halsey is a missing person. She's a famous painter and came to watch the magic show in order to take a break from her own creative work. She isn't known to have been entangled in the quarrels with any members of Lyney's magic troupe. Okay. Thank you, Maurice. Moving on. Okay, I have to speak to him still. Quentin. Vaughn, I'd like to speak to you.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Thanks.
Lyney used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared.
I like it was like, it's gonna be a tall order. Sir, since I have come to this world, I have fished this fairy out of a pond, I have fought a dragon, I have stopped a cult. Not really stopped. I have, what's the word? Been an obstacle to a cult, I guess. I have fought 2 different gods. I have fought 3 Fatui Harbingers. I have fought another god. I have fought a god in the making. I have communicated and befriended all of the gods I have met. Nothing you say to me will be a tall order. It's fine.
Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
Right.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
Okay.
In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Unless he thought it was actually a random number generator.
That much checks out. Lyney reserved our seats for us, too.
Right, but why not reserve our seat for us then?
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyney.
Thanks, sorry to bother you.
Even though it's bad for Lyney's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Random number selected. The device was used during Lyney's magic performance to choose the elected member of the audience. However, the guards have found that it will generate the exact same number no matter what. Clearly, someone has tampered with it. Oh, I can't speak with any of these people. Oh. Isildur.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Why?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Who even are you?
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
Okay, but do you know what it is?
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyney's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Well, that doesn't make sense, though, because it was actually burned because it's made of a weaker material.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Did one of the water tank have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Switching performance. There was an audible thump that many audience members heard. Okay. I still don't know who this man is. Okay, so this is the magic box. It looks like an ordinary box, but Lyney somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside of it. How did he do it? Can I examine it? Apparently not. Okay, now it's Molly interrogating Lyney and Lynette.
Lyney's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do.
Okay.
I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright. Lyney's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Wait, I wanted to... What? Oh, I have to go past them. Maybe? Oh, I guess I did escape them.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
Who's this?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
You'd be correct.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
She's pretty. So are you like an investigative service?
though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Melus.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
So you want to investigate as well?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyney an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lyney without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Yes.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
I just realized, look at how short her skirt is. Her ass is like here. Well, when you put it like that.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Sure.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
I mean, no.
Well?
Not always.
And why would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall to the wayside.
See, Silver and Melus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
No.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
She's a Geo character. I think you're missing the point, Pyron.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
Paimon, I can't take you
We'll
serious.
be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lyney's tricks. Thanks!
Paimon, I can't take you seriously with those glasses.
Speaking of that, I think magic shows would be very popular in Poisson.
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic. If I could make things disappear, cleaning my room would be a cinch.
Wow.
You need not worry about such things, demoiselle. That falls under my duties.
Oh, right.
I think between the two, I like Melus more. Tiny thing. Tristane, a member of the guards. Hello!
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lyney and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case.
Okay, I am back. I also lit a candle because I wanted to smell something nice.
Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
Why?
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
No one left the Opera House during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Okay.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Oh god!
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation.
She's a Geo user. Interesting.
And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Not when I looked earlier.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
God damn it.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Interesting.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
This passage linked the 2 boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley?
Yeah.
The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had...
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Then what about your side of the trick? Was it Lynette? Dressed up as Lyney?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Lyney's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I thought so.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Sort of. A-okay. Basically, trolley system transports the other person in the box without them knowing, so they only think like a little bit of movement is happening for the action. But the Lyney we saw at the very end of the trick at the cinematic, like before the trick ended, was Lynette, who was just changed.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
Well, I think that at the time, in that cutscene, Lynette was wearing a hat, so it covered her ears. And with how long his, like, tails on his tailcoat are, it might have been able to, like, hide her tail at the time.
But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Lyney and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
I'm really curious how the water trick worked, but... Okay, Lyney gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lyney himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Meanwhile, having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. The magic box on stage has an additional layer to its rear, in which Lynette, in Lyney's clothes, remained hidden. She would appear at the end of the magic trick and lead people to believe that Lyney had been able to instantly move to the box on the other side. The magic box at the center of the audience has 2 layers, and beneath it, an entrance to an underground tunnel. This was how the lucky audience member was meant to have been transported without the audience noticing. Okay. Same on the control board. This should be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. Let's investigate the ladder. A ladder is required in order to return the magic to the magic box above, right? Which is what Lyney climbed up.
What's this?
It looks like a grappling hook.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Lyney didn't mention this earlier. I wonder if that was supposed to be the actual rope that held the tank.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
A rope that has fallen to the ground. Metal hook has been tied to one end of the rope. It is used as unclear. Investigate base.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for a trick.
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase! Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Not to mention that with the way the vase is pointing, it's pointing towards the trolley, which means that it would either have had to be pushed from the top from behind, or it was pushed from the base forward.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Broken vase. There are many pieces of a broken flower vase on one side of the tunnel. All the water within has been spilled. Judging from the distance, it seems unlikely to have been knocked over by the trolley meant to transport the magic box. Investigate. Oh, this is the clothing. Okay.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Well, Lyney didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change.
Right! And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
Paimon, what happened to your glasses? Wait, hold on! Wait a minute! Is this what Paimon's glasses were supposed to be looking like the whole time? Hold on. Wait. There's no way. Is this what her glasses were supposed to look like the entire time? Not just open lenses with a mustache? Oh no.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Young lady's clothes. It looks a little different from what I remember. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the woman who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. What the hell? That was weird. Okay. Okay. Tracks. Got it. High precision is required to complete this magic show, and the tracks are perfect for making the trolley stay on its designated course. Oh! Thank you, A-OK. I shall hydrate. If you have water, don't forget to hydrate yourself. Delicious. Thank you. Thank you for the redeem. Yeah, I thought her clothings were different looking as well. Okay, so that's... Is that a vent? Okay, hold on. Storage boxes. All kinds of props and costumes are haphazardly stuffed inside. Okay.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes, and Lyney and Lynette were in the 2 magic boxes.
Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Would allow one person barely, but leaving alone with a missing lady would seem like an unrealistic prospect. Okay, to examine the trolley. The trolley is crucial for transporting the magic box to the other side. The culprit must have used this to execute their plan.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
1 second, folks. Gonna wish a friend good night.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Her glasses are normal now. What the fuck? Was that just that way down there because she was confused?
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Lyney and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The Oratrice will too?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
I just love the thought of everyone being like, we can't leave this place before the trial. Alright, who wants to have a tea? What do you mean have a tea? We're gonna go into my teapot. What do you mean go into your teapot? It's fine, just come with me. And we all just get sucked inside.
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I have apparently missed things.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Now's not the time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon.
Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
Paimon.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
We're going to the in-opera house kitchen. And I mean that as a joke.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
What?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I'm sorry, what?
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
What?
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rosula thing. Navia methodically handles the ingredients and pulls fresh macarons out of the oven in short order.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself! Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything!
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
That's not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites, and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano.
There's horses in this world.
I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Why don't you take a break as well?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Lyney and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we're left with two other people, the missing girl and the deceased.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person even exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing, though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty, after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Ew, it's fine. Everyone knows how much you love eating.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, there's really no need to do that.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle. Demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
What the fuck?
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Nadia does a second round of baking over the 2 missing macarons. However, the discussion that follows does not yield much progress.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Probability of a third person being involved. Neither Cowl nor Halsey had a motive, but after having talked to Nadia, the likelihood of a third person being involved seems very low in 2.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
But I'm missing stuff. Okay, that's the row. I feel like I'm missing something. How much time do I have? Oh god, okay. I am under 12 hours. enter the tunnel. I believe that she was row 7, seat 3, so that should be this one.
Why would it be him? How strange. Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearances never got solved. There was no third person. And Paimon didn't eat more than 3 macarons either. Whoever the murderer was, this is probably a prop too. Oh, looks like it could hook onto a lot of things. Like the Traveler's fishing rod! This flower vase is probably a prop for the show. But it also could have been used in the crime. Paimon doesn't get this at all. You think about it for a bit, Traveler.
I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? She came this way and came over the tunnel, at which point she then entered. Okay, that's the hook. Same with the tracks. Okay. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing there. I guess technically I can't go up this way because that way is blocked by the destroyed box. What was that? Hold on. Sit. Okay. Wait. Why do both of those highlight? Water gun! Okay, that's not it. So what is it? I was sitting here, and Nouvellette was sitting here. I think this might be where we had our lunch.
Apologies, but access to the venue is...
Okay, nothing new there. Oh, is this where we had our tea? Looks like it might be the right area. Nothing up here. What's that? I can't climb this. That is an unclimbable surface. Damn it.
if you do encounter Miss Halsey.
Okay.
Go ahead, have a look around.
What am I missing?
Lyney's magic tricks were the stuff of legends. But the way he did this crime?
Look, doing magic tricks is one thing. Pulling off a crime is something else entirely.
Let's talk to this guy really quick.
Could it...
Damn it. I feel like there's more I can do, but I don't know what. Guess I'll wait. I don't wanna. Oh, but the tunnel's gone too. I can't investigate anymore. Oh, god damn it.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyney and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Wait, is the trial happening now? You're not gonna let me go over what we've learned? Oh, Jesus.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
Hold on. I don't know.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Oh, there's people here.
In order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Lyney clearly reveals the details of the magic trick. Everyone in the
Thank you,
audience
Mr. Lyney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying.
Oh my god, she even has the finger point. I know that memes.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lyney not know about the sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They probably represent the oratress's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Oh. I technically already knew this, but for those who do not know, the House of the Hearth is the orphanage of Shesnaya that is currently run by one of the Harbingers.
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui?
No wonder they did something like this.
Damn.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
The Fatui are basically a very powerful organization run by the Saritsa, who is the Archon of Cryo, the Cryo Archon. They basically have their hands in almost every honeypot on the planet, or at least on the continent. And they have information on everyone. You will find Fatui in every nation. They have vested interests after setting up one of the largest banking institutions across Tibet. They have interests within the country of Mondstadt. They are the ones who have been taking the gnosis of the Archons as we have played through the story.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
So basically the elites. The elites?
Hey, Lyney! Why didn't you tell us this before?
The Fatui are definitely one of the strongest organizations on the planet, and I believe that they are technically viewed as the leading organization in Shnesnaya. Lyney and Lynette are Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Lyney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lyney has concealed his identity, this could have all been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now.
Please answer my question, Mr. Lyney.
Hey, Zorxian, how you doing?
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information. My defense cannot proceed.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
Shut up!
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Shut up!
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Lyney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Okay. Shit's gotta be discussed. While court is adjourned, you meet with Lyney and Lynette backstage in the Opera House.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, Paimon's actually pulled off the glasses. She's serious now.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
For what purpose?
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
Okay.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
So what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. that voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the aura trace operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
Okay.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges.
Okay, thank you.
I also like your sister more than you, Lyney.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Lyney's statement. Lyney claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratrice core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place and thus did not hear the thud. Lyney claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber that houses the Oratrice core within the Opera House's underground structures. I am still missing one piece of information, I believe.
Why would it be him? How strange. Doesn't seem likely that anyone could have been there. Paimon hopes he's telling the truth.
Alright, here we go. Actually, before we do this, before we continue the trial, I'm going to take another ad break and we're going to do a little more stretching. Paimon's got her glasses on again. The brief adjournment ends and the nail-biting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Alright, boys and girls, here we go.
When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention, at this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
Oh, okay. Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statements. He was too busy committing another crime. Well, I don't think it's another crime to try and see how the Oratrice works, but I could be wrong. I don't know the full extent of Fontaine's laws. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. Use your refutations, oh god, to convince the audience and obtain more support from the people. The Oratrice will display such shifts clearly. When you find and refute all incorrect content, you can complete the cycle of refutation and unveil the truth. Oh god!
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the Opera House, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyney red-handed. So Lyney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lyney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Lyney experienced and what he saw.
Okay. Pressure. Pushing down on me. Pushing down on you. No man asked for. Lyney entered the tunnel. Okay. So, of the information I have, select evidence to refute Lyney entered the tunnel.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
True, okay. That wouldn't work. Lyney claims to have heard him. Nope, that wouldn't work either. During the switching performance, there was an audible thump heard by audience members.
Seem.
Okay, what am I missing? Is the thing for this one specific piece of evidence the last piece I'm missing? Because if so, goddamn. No. This one. Identify loopholes.
Seems this won't produce a particular.
Okay. The clothes were found in the tunnel. The reason why she must have been very confused when he saw them. Lyney claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the aura chamber that houses the Oratrice core with the Opera House.
Lyney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Okay. Lyney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Okay. The loud sound was from Lyney and Halsey's fighting, but Lyney claimed he heard nothing. So this one is this.
According to Lyney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Cowell walked in on Lyney, so the latter knocked him out with the vase, leading to the victim's death. The existing evidence indicates that Lyney returned to the tunnel. The crime had already taken place, and all Lyney saw was the clothes.
Lyney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Wait, why can't I do this? This is kind of similar to a Danganronpa mechanic, where you have to figure out the order of events in the form of a manga page.
When the countdown started, Lyney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Okay, we're balanced out. Successful refutation. Oh yeah, because the start and the end were the same no matter what. So that's because of that, no matter what I put in there, it would have been a bad refute.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Oh, wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Yes.
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowl bumped into Lyney by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowl hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lyney only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you refuted Lyney's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
If he had been in the box the whole time, then how could he have hit?
You're saying that he wasn't?
Correct. Your claim has also become a critical clue. Your claim has now become my weapon. Okay. Which is the evidence? Which is the evidence that Lyney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Oh god, I'm missing one piece of evidence and it bothers me so much. During the switching performance, there was an audible thump that many audience.
That's right! Lyney wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The murderer was... Select gear icons in the interface to check the corresponding case questions. Oh god, please, no! Select answers and fill the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection from the remaining options. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. The guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned the ropes suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowl in the box. If Lyney is no longer under suspicion, only the members of the troops would have been able to tamper with the props. Lyney gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Lyney himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of the onstage interactions. The clothing belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Who was the only person who could have possibly committed the crime?
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
God. I feel like it can't be Halsey. But Cowell died.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
God damn it. I feel like the last piece of evidence I need is the one about the third person. Hypothesis correct. Okay.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
How can we envision Lyney as... Huh? How can we envisage Lyney as having been unable to interfere with the crime?
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well. Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Okay. So...
The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the The sound we heard may have come from a It would have been tough for both people to Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances.
Wait, hold on.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
How can I prove that there was an altercation in the tunnel?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the...
Switch. Who is the prime... Oh, wait, hold on.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well. Lyney was not in the tunnel at that...
This one? Prime suspect currently.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Where did the missing Halsey go?
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the
Hypothesis incorrect. It is that one. Okay, so it's got to be this one.
Halsey's clothing was...
No, wait,
it
this
would have
one.
been tough for both people.
Damn it. Okay, it was the dress.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
I was so close. I doubted myself. I was so close. What?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is. So this was all—
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Escaping from the water tank. Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption,
Wait!
Mr. Opponent.
The water in the tank from the vase!
See that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second!
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
The broken vase.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment.
Bring it.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Lyney already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
After some time, a guard returns with news.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
What does that mean?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Oh! In the very beginning of us entering Fontaine, there was a legend that people would all dissolve into the sea. So the water being from the primordial sea allows people to be dissolved. I'm guessing.
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Is it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Water from the primordial sea, the liquid the guards found in Cowell's luggage, seems to have the ability to dissolve Fontainians into water. Who is the prime suspect currently? Cowell.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution? This?
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box.
What? Oh, whoops. Hold on.
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box.
This?
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The water from the primordial sea should already have...
What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime? The rope?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Nice! First go!
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Lyney's personal effects.
What? What?
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
I will say this. It is possible that one other person in the troupe could have put the sample of water into the effects of Lyney.
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
Lyney did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Okay.
Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
Okay.
But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyney desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Sole credit for what? A murder?
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Lyney?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No way! Hold on! Wait a second!
Oh no! Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Oh, why did this have to happen now?
Unless one of the guards is the accomplice.
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Navia?
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lyney, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyney and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry, Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
Everyone in the opera house, when did those guys get on the stage?
I understand.
Voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait a minute.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
Was Halsey the accomplice? Wait a minute.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Lyney's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
What?
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Oh.
Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Yes, we did meet her before very, very briefly when we entered Fontaine. We were introduced to her as a pickpocket. And last we saw of her, Lyney and Lynette were chasing after her. So we didn't see what happened to her. As far as we knew, she got away. So apparently she got away, and in the time that she, was away, she pickpocketed a ticket to come to the Opera House.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the Opera House.
That explains why the storage trunks in the tunnel were had a bunch of stuff shoved into them haphazardly.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're a practiced hand at concealment, probably.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it.
Yes.
Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
My time. Lyney entered the tunnel after beginning the countdown. Afterwards, he used the ventilation shaft to leave the tunnel and did not participate in the dissolving of the young woman. Vents in the tunnel. Oh, this.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Yeah, and she was all wet. Infighting between Lyney and Cowell, Lyney wanted all the credit and glory and wanted to get rid of his partners. As Halsey has appeared completely unharmed before all of our eyes, Farina's conjecture no longer holds water. But there is evidence proving that a fight did break out in the tunnel. The broken vase.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell.
Now it seems Lyney and Cowell did not conspire to break the flower vase to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell. Lyney knocked out Cowell, using the method used to dissolve young girls, he got rid of Cowell and disguised it as an accident. As Halsey has appeared after the fight, what did Halsey do? Identify loopholes. She changed outfits.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
Bam!
It's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved.
Because she's not a Fontainian.
He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in.
No! No! 6 hours later. Okay, here we go. Back to the matter at hand.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
This? No, right. It was the vase.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time.
And it's it! Having been selected at her panic only intense. Hearing the commotion, he did not know that mistakenly believed the two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward, so she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days!
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light!
Ah, so that's the whole story. Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Farina was so embarrassed she was planning on leaving. And Nouvellette is like, hold your horses, miss. Stop right there.
No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now!
Paimon, this room echoes.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lily-Anne was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lily-Anne. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lily-Anne, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyney, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Lyney and Lily-Anne's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
How
did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
You bitch.
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes?
I have called it. Just because I thought it might have been one of the other, magic troop members, but it being the guard makes much more sense.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Coupon Town?
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
The higher-ups?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Water bullet turns him into water.
Discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
I'm sorry! He turned into water!
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh, guard mechas. Great. However, nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind by Vaughn after Vaughn dissolved. Jesus!
So, we're just going back now?
What? The problem seems to have been solved for now. We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Lyney...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyney this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
Father, the Knave, Arlecchino.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
We have not personally met the Knave, but word of, like, the names of the Fatui Harbingers is rather well known.
I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
I'm sorry, what?
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Villains. So what happened after that?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the Knave standing there in the darkness.
Oh.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the Knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her, I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy.
There's one thing I'm confused about. I thought the House of the Hearth was in Snezhnaya, not here in Fontaine.
All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I still can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyney.
I understand.
Bye, Lyney!
Lies cast shadows under gathered lights. I feel bad. I really do feel bad, just because, like, the legitimacy of their claim has just been proven, but Traveler's been burned, and she's been burned a lot by the Fatui. She does not have, like, the best, yeah.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Well, I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lyney. I wasn't necessarily looking into the serial disappearances case.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
I really do like the thought of her being like, I've literally been here for like 5 days. 5 days max. And 2 of them have been in this courthouse.
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Let's go have a meal then.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Act 1 complete. That was about 5 hours, maybe 4. Go to the workshop. Semi-automatic forging. Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear, go to Hotel de Boer. De Boer. Oh, Act 2 is already available. Okay, really quick. Where is this? Okay, I just have to avoid that section of the city. Easy peasy. Well, no, we're not leaving this. We're not leaving the country. We're just leaving that portion of, like... We're just leaving the Opera House because the trial has ended. Oh, hey, look. The fishing crew of this place. Let's see. So yeah, that was the end of Act 1, which was about 4 to 5 hours. And has already shown a lot of, like, woof. So, let's do... Let's start this quest. I might do this in my free time. But I want to at least get this quest going. That way we can see what's up with it. Also, Act 2 is available now, but we will start that one next week. Maybe. I think I start house sitting next week. Yeah, I might be house sitting soon, but I need to figure things out. But the plan is to start next week, and then I think on Saturday or I think on Sunday I'm gonna stream Honkai Star Rail, since that new update just got released, and I haven't really done much work with it. Yeah, it's very annoying. Doesn't this just mean Lady Furina will sit at the judges' table? Exactly. What? Sit at the judges' table? What does that mean? Oh my, we have guests. Judging from your clothes, you must be Outlanders. Yes, in that case, it's quite expected that you might not understand our local lingo. Allow me to put it this way. Who should sit at the judges' table? The justices, of course. And who is our Chief Justice? Nouvelette. Monsieur Nouvelette, naturally. Oh my, well then, why is our dear Hydro Archon sitting in Monsieur Nouvelette's chair? Come on, tell me, what would the poor people being judged think of that? If it were me, why, I would feel cheated. Our Hydro Archon knows nothing about being a judge. Well, it doesn't seem like they would be getting what was advertised. Exactly. Trials will be not as advertised, precisely as you say. Huh, doesn't seem that Paimon thought it did. Wait just a second, are you sure it's okay for you to make fun of your god like that? Oh, of course, our Archon loves such jokes. I don't think she does! Why, if these words reached her ears, she'd tie me to a stone and have me hurled into a deep lake, watching enthusiastically from the sidelines the entire time. But, our dear guests, do not grieve yet, for our good Archon is ever so flighty... Oh, Arbon is ever so flighty with his words that even a millstone would not sink him. And our Archon would say, ah, it's a miracle, such a romantic ending, while applauding most loudly. In fact, she might even shed a tear or two. Aye, may even bestow upon me a model of romantic Fontaine metal. Ah, yes, most romantic. Is that what Fontainians consider romantic? Paimon's not sure what to say here. In any case, let's get to business. Might I ask what you've come to our humble store? Speaking of which, Arbon, don't you think our two guests look like the famous adventurers the boss told us about previously? Huh, quite so. One with hair like burnished gold and the other like shining silver. All right, might you two be Miss Lumine and Miss Paimon? You know us? The boss was asking around at the Adventurers Guild about adventurers active in Fontaine and ended up being told about you two. Word is that you're a pretty formidable team. Well, Miss Lumine, it looks like we're getting more famous by the day. Thanks to me, eh? Come on, you show a bit more humility. Well then, what would your boss like from us? Well, unfortunately, he's not in the store right now, so I'll allow... Oh, hey, fat guy. Let's see what else in the game. No, they've been around. Just a few words, not to worry. To be brave for our boss, collecting data for his champion duelist plan. Champion duelist plan? It is a plan to use champion duelists as the main characters, the development centerpiece, and the focus of our advertising for a new line of clockwork toys. Ah, you're right. That's our business, by the way. Clockwork toys. I have, don't worry. Our boss believes to be an excellent cultural institution of Fontaine. As such, toys of this kind may not sell very well indeed. May yet sell very well indeed. And if they do get popular inside the country, we can also win the honor for our nation. Two birds with one stone, I say. I can see Lady Farina herself pinning our medals. Okay, so that's the situation, huh? But if you're making toy champion duelists, what do you need us adventurers for? Well, you can't develop anything without data, and the strength of champion duelists is honed in all manners of perilous places. Getting data on them isn't easy. But what we heard is that the most impressive adventurers do similar things. We thought, why not get adventurers to help us instead? That's false advertising! Well, now, it's not quite as serious. It's more like replacing our maritime flower with a mallow tree. Or, you know, a wooden pillar with a stone one. Doesn't this all mean more or less the same thing that you two were talking about from the start, you know? And we heard it all. Oh, that. We were talking about Le Petit Horlogerie, the watchmaker next door. They're way worse than we are, trust me. They call themselves a watchmaker, but they make toys on the sly. Now, that's just completely absurd, isn't it? Indeed, terribly so. A watchmaker that sells toys? Exactly, and it's not that And is that not reprehensible? Come, tell me, what do you like most in this world? Well, Pamela likes most. Best buddy Lumine, of course. In that case, if there were Lumine puppet stores somewhere that you traveled from afar to see, only to find that they did not sell Lumine puppets at all, but instead stocked nothing but a ton of Arbon toys, would you not be angered by this betrayal of your expectations? Would you not cry and scream? Would you not send the boss of that store flying with a single punch for denying you the purchase of your dear companion? Jesus Christ. Why, I'd be furious. I punched the store owner straight into a cell in the fortress of Meripide. Seriously, who'd buy Arbon puppets anyway? What is happening? I mean, it would be terrible if puppets of you were to go out of stock. Paimon, it's a red herring. Don't get distracted. They're selling you a bridge here, you know? Huh. And they almost got Paimon there, too. Oh, come on. We're just making analogies, and you know what they say. There's no such thing as a perfect analogy, and, well, the things we describe do happen. After all, you will find barrel conches and conch medallions, will you know? What the fuck are they saying? Precisely, and such things will increase in frequency until a day comes when watchmakers stop making watches altogether. But we shall... The more you talk, the further off topic you get. What do you need us to do? Well, actually, we need you to... next door and do a little investigation there. Watchmaking is their main trade, but their latest toys become so popular they're stealing our customers. We heard the store owner gain inspiration for those toys in Mondstadt, and we're curious about what they might be. Wouldn't that be... As such, could you please help us check it out, dear guests? Our boss is quite concerned about this matter, and why won't you guys go involve yourselves? We have reputations to maintain as businessmen. We can't just walk over there willy-nilly. Exactly. It's for the sake of our reputation. And is one reputation's not one's all? No. For my part, I must go tell our boss of your arrival. Please lend us your aid in this matter. Oh my god. Cute. Robot. That man was a robot. Hello there, boss. We've heard you come with an awesome toy and we'd like to know more about it. Of course you can. Still, my elder brother sent you here to seek out information, didn't he? Huh? Your brother? Wait, actually, how did you know that we were here for? Oh, I just saw you walk in from the clockwork shop, that's all. My brother owns that shop and I know him and what he'd do. This is right up his alley. Paimon, mind your language, please. Sorry, boss. Paimon's brain gears got stuck there for a minute. Don't worry, even the best made toys have components that will get stuck at some point. It's the same with people. All you need to do is take good care of them. Besides, I don't think you're wrong about my brother Caesar relationship regardless. I won't take up more of your time than needed. Let's talk about toys instead. Are you sure it's okay? It was just... I heard you got your inspiration from Mondstadt. Indeed, but I incorporated the story of an adventurer I met there into the toy, but don't set your expectations too high, alright? In the end, it's just a simple clockwork device. An adventure, so it's a product of alchemy? An alchemical toy? That sounds interesting, but this adventure made quite the impression. If there's time, I'll tell you his story. What's happening? Oh my god! They're just talking! Boss, our two guests have returned. Oh wow, you really do look like brothers. What? Don't call this guy my brother! Ahem. So what you may say is the mission is a bust. He didn't find anything? Well, no. Karen is a really nice guy. He didn't mind even though he knew about us. He even told us that we could try the toy out anytime. That guy. So the toy is alchemy. No, it's an adventure toy. Huh, those things are so corny. Didn't he say that it incorporated some adventurous story into it or something? That's right. How did you know? Did you already investigate the matter or something? I just know him all too well. He always puts something sentimental into his toys without caring about the market situation. If you ask me, adventure stories are long out of fashion, but his shop is very popular, isn't it? That's just ordinary market fluctuations. Once our champion duelist line up takes the stage, we'll have him beat easy. I'll be honest, I'm losing interest. Are in fact ultra realistic, ultra high quality puppets based on the theme of double act. What? They're puppets? Can puppets look so real? Of course they can. That's the power of double act. Tricks can seem very real indeed. See that? That's the power of packaging. Even a gimmick can, when presented the right way, generate interest. So it's just a trick, you cheater. You can't be more different from your brother. None more conniving than a merchant, I see. Thanks for the compliments. In that case, eyes up, you two. The data collection will be run by... Dance, dance. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my word. Now back to the other table. Ah! Okay. During the challenge, control the toy adventure, follow the music beats, and attack at the right moment to hit the toys lining up on both sides of the track. Before the challenge starts, adjust your attack delay to optimize your toys' reaction precision. Suitable attack delay parameters, you'll be able to hit toys with more reason. Sure, I'll give it one go, and then we'll call the stream after that. Start challenge. I'm not even worried about calibrating the toy. Perfect. Man, doesn't that robot look familiar? He kind of reminds me of Bennett. I wonder why. Alright, that was very easy. I'm gonna grab this. Okay, this is going for another 9 days, so I'll probably do like the regular sort of games off stream and then just do the story. I might just do the whole story off stream just because it's a lot of talking. And then next time we do Genshin, we'll start Act 2. But that is going to be it for today's stream. Alright, YouTube, that's going to be it for today's episode of Genshin. I hope you all enjoyed. Oh, man, what a time. I know that they kind of, if I remember correctly, they kind of revealed that Lynette and Lyney were members of the House in the Hearth, like before Fontaine came out. I'm pretty sure. But them basically doing the show in the Opera House just to find the core, just to investigate the core of the Oratrice de Mécanique Cardinal. I probably butchered that name a bit. I apologize. Also, I love Lynette. I love Lynette so much more than her brother. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But yeah, meeting Nouvellette for the first time, doing the whole trial sequence was so fun. That was so cool. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm still trying to remember if I missed any of that info at the very end. I don't think I think I had all the info by the end. But man, it was just grinding me. I was like, I don't have all the data I need. What's wrong? What am I missing? But I hope you'll enjoy that episode as much as I did. Yeah. Besides that, I don't really have much else to say. Tell me in the comments what was your favorite part of the episode. And that's about it. I hope you all have a good night and good day wherever you may be. And don't worry about your spot here at the tavern. We'll keep it open for you. Bye, folks, and I hope you have a good one.